You know the look? You open your feed, maybe you're looking for a movie trailer, a recipe, something, and the algorithm it hijacks you.
Hmm.
It's a wall of faces, mouths wide open in like this performative shock, eyes popping out, giant green arrows pointing to the moon, and text in all caps screaming, "Market crash incoming!" or "This coin will 10x by Tuesday."
Yeah.
It's aggressive, it's so loud, and honestly, it's exhausting.
It's total sensory overload.
Yeah.
And it's absolutely designed that way. I mean, it's not just about getting your attention anymore. It's about hacking your dopamine receptors.
Right.
The promise is always the same. Click this, and you'll know the secret that everyone else is missing.
That feels like the defining anxiety of 2026, doesn't it? The fear that everyone else is getting richer, faster, smarter than you because they happen to watch the right 12-minute video.
Yeah.
So that's what we're digging into today. We've got a massive stack of research, market analysis, psychological studies, all on this Finfluencer economy. The big question isn't just, are they annoying? It's, does this actually work? Is listening to these creators a valid shortcut to wealth or just a shortcut to a headache?
Well, if we look at the data, the short answer is generally no. Following specific trading advice from social media is statistically a great way to underperform the market.
Or worse.
Or lose everything.
Or lose everything. But, and this is a really nuanced but, if you change how you consume the content, it actually can be a high-yield investment of your time.
Okay, it depends, is a classic expert answer. But let's be real. Most people aren't watching for a lecture on financial theory. They want the stock pick. They want the alpha.
Yeah.
So why is that advice, the just follow my trade advice, why is it so dangerous?
Because the game is rigged, but not in the way you might think. It's not necessarily that all the creators are malicious, though. I mean, some are. It's that their business model is fundamentally opposed to your financial health. What, you mean they profit when I lose?
Not exactly. They profit when you watch.
Yeah.
And those are two very, very different things. We have to look at the economics of the platform itself. You might think, oh, they just want ad revenue. But do you know why there are so many finance channels compared to, say, gardening channels?
I just assumed it's because everyone likes money.
Well, yeah, but it's the CPM, the cost per mil. That's how much advertisers pay for 1,000 views. In gaming or vlogging, that might be, what, $2 or $3?
Right.
In finance, it can be $20, $30, sometimes even $50 per 1,000 views.
Wait, wow. So a finance YouTuber is making 10 times more per view than, like, a gamer.
Roughly, yes.
Yeah.
Financial institutions, trading apps, crypto exchanges, they all pay a massive premium to get in front of you. And this creates a really perverse incentive.
Okay.
You have creators realizing they can make an absolute fortune just by talking about money, even if they have zero track record of actually making money in the markets.
That explains the pivot I've seen. People who used to do, I don't know, tech reviews are suddenly experts on federal interest rates.
It's the conflict of interest industrial complex,
Correct.
and it goes deeper than just ads. The real money is in the affiliate links. Sign up for this brokerage, deposit $100, get a free stock. The creator gets a kickback.
Ah.
So they're incentivized to get you to trade often, not to trade well.
Right, because if I just buy a boring index fund and hold it for 30 years, the trading app makes basically no money on fees, and the YouTuber gets no commission on my activity.
Exactly. Only active traders generate fees. So the content is designed to trigger action. Buy now, sell now, emergency update. It's designed to create churn. If they told you the actual boring truth, save 20% of your income and buy a total market fund, they'd have no content for tomorrow's video.
And nobody clicks on a thumbnail that says get rich slowly over 40 years.
That video gets 0 views.
Yeah.
But turn $1,000 into $1 million. That goes viral. And this leads to what the researchers are calling cognitive pollution. The constant barrage of urgency triggers cortisol. You start feeling FOMO, you feel like you're missing out on some specific move, so you end up making impulsive decisions based on emotion, not on data.
I've definitely felt that. You see some 22-year-old claiming they retired on a meme coin, and you look at your own savings account and think, what am I doing wrong?
That is survivorship bias in its purest form. For every one kid who got incredibly lucky on a pure gamble, there are 10,000 who lost their entire savings on the exact same trade.
But the losers don't start YouTube channels.
The losers don't start YouTube channels. You are looking at a data set that only includes the lottery winners. It's like trying to plan your career by only looking at NBA superstars. It's a totally skewed picture.
Okay, so the incentives are all messed up, but I don't want to paint with too broad a brush here. I have actually learned things from YouTube. I mean, I finally understand how marginal tax brackets work because of a video.
And that's the it depends part. The ecosystem isn't a monolith. The sources we looked at suggest we can categorize these creators into really 3 buckets. If you can identify which bucket a creator falls into, you're much safer.
All right, let's break them down.
First, you have the mechanics.
Yeah.
These are the pure educators. They explain how things work. What is an ETF? How does the Fed interest rate impact my mortgage? How do I read a balance sheet?
So they're not telling you what to buy. They're basically just giving you the dictionary.
Correct. And this is incredibly valuable. It's financial literacy made accessible. The second bucket is the hype house. This is all the lifestyle content.
The rented Lambos and the day in the life of a 19-year-old millionaire videos.
Exactly. It's pure entertainment. It's basically MTV Cribs for traders.
Yeah.
It might motivate you to hustle harder, which is fine, but it's usually terrible for actual math. If you watch it as fiction, great. If you watch it as a blueprint, you're in trouble.
And the third bucket?
The signal. This is the real danger zone. These are the creators giving you specific buy and sell targets.
Yeah.
The alpha callers. They claim to have a system that beats the market.
But wait a minute, some people do beat the market. I mean, there are professional hedge fund managers, right? Is it totally impossible that a YouTuber is just really good at reading charts?
It's not impossible, but it is statistically vanishingly improbable. And think about it. If someone genuinely had an edge, a real mathematical way to guarantee outsized returns, they would not share it.
Right.
Market edges disappear the second everyone knows about them. If I tell 5 million subscribers to buy a specific tiny stock, the price goes up because of the buying pressure I just created, not because of the company's fundamentals. I'm not predicting the market, I'm manipulating it.
The classic pump and dump.
Modernized for the algorithm, yes.
Speaking of modernization, we're in 2026 now. This whole landscape has shifted. We had that big wave of regulations, the OJK in Indonesia and the FCA in the UK, the SEC cracking down here. I feel like the Wild West days are kind of over, aren't they? The sheriff's in town.
The sheriff is in town, yes, but the bandits just moved to the back alleys. The regulations forced the most obvious scams off the main feed. You don't see as many blatant Ponzi schemes on the YouTube homepage anymore because the platforms are terrified of the fines.
So where did they go?
They went dark. The strategy now is what's called the funnel. The YouTube video is just a teaser. It's clean, it's compliant, maybe a little hypey, but totally legal. The whole goal is to get you to click a link to a private Telegram group, a Discord server, or an Inner Circle newsletter.
So once you're in the private chat, the rules don't apply.
Exactly. In the encrypted chat, the disclaimer disappears. That's where the high-pressure sales for the $1,000 course happen. That's where the unregulated, specific advice lives. It's regulatory arbitrage.
That is sneaky, but there's something even scarier in the 2026 data, AI. I saw a video the other day that I swear was Elon Musk endorsing some new trading bot.
Let me guess. It looked exactly like him, sounded like him, had his exact mannerism.
Perfectly. It was uncanny.
Deepfake. It is the single biggest threat we face in this space right now. Scammers are using generative AI to clone the voices and faces of trusted figures, billionaires, CEOs, even well-known news anchors.
It's terrifying because our brains are just wired to trust faces we recognize. If Warren Buffett appears on my screen and tells me to buy something, part of my brain just perks up.
And that is exactly what they're banking on.
Okay, so let's play a game. I want to test my own radar here. I'm going to describe a video or a scenario I've seen, and you tell me if it's a red flag or a green flag, and more importantly, why.
Let's do it.
All right, scenario 1. A creator is breaking down a super complex option strategy. He's showing his screen, all the math, but then he says, look, this is really complicated, so I've built a black box indicator that just gives you a simple green light when to buy. Link in bio, it's $99 a month.
That's a massive red flag.
But why? He showed all his math.
He showed you complexity to make you feel stupid, then he sold you simplicity as the cure. Black box means you don't know why it works. You're just outsourcing your thinking to a tool you don't actually understand. And in finance, if you don't understand where the yield comes from, you are the yield.
Oof. Okay, that's a good line. Scenario 2. A woman is talking about a specific stock. She's super bearish, saying it's going to crash. But I look in the description, and there's no disclaimer about whether she holds a short position.
Red flag.
Who?
In 2026, transparency is the currency of trust. If she's bashing a stock, she might be shorting it, meaning she makes money if it drops. Without that disclosure, you have to assume she's talking her own book.
Got it. Scenario 3. A creator shows their portfolio for the year, and they're down 12%. They actually lost money. They do a 20-minute video analyzing why they were wrong about a specific sector.
Green flag. Huge green flag.
Really? But they lost money. Why would I listen to a loser?
Because real investing involves losing. Anyone who claims they only have wins is lying to you. Someone who publicly analyzes their losses is showing you their process. They're teaching you risk management. That is infinitely more valuable than a fake screenshot of 1,000% gain.
Okay, one more. The guaranteed return. I saw an ad for some DeFi protocol promising a fixed 5% weekly return. They claimed it was risk-free arbitrage.
Run! Just run. Call the police. There is no such thing as a guaranteed return, especially not 5% weekly. That's, what, over 1,000% a year with compounding.
Something like that, yeah.
In finance, risk and return are correlated. To get high returns, you must take high risk. If someone offers you high returns with low or no risk, it is a Ponzi scheme. Always. No exceptions.
It's amazing how many people fall for that one, though. The desire for easy just overrides the math part of your brain.
It's because we want to believe in magic. We want to believe there's a secret door that the rich people use and we just found the key.
So, hearing all this, the scams, the conflicts of interest, the AI fakes, why are we even bothering? Why not just delete the apps? It feels like walking through a minefield just to find a penny.
I get that sentiment. I really do. But I don't think total abstinence is the answer. Like I said before, the demystification aspect is genuinely powerful.
Just because there's junk food out there doesn't mean we should stop eating entirely.
That is a perfect analogy. Textbooks are dry, they're intimidating. A good creator can take a concept like quantitative easing and make it click in 10 minutes using simple animations and plain English. That democratizes access. You don't need a finance degree to understand how the world works anymore. That's a good thing.
So how do we consume this safely? The research you mentioned calls it a safe information diet.
Think of it exactly like nutrition. You have your macronutrients, the proteins, the vegetables. That should be 90% of your intake. In finance, that's reading books by established investors like Benjamin Graham or John Bogle. It's increasing your income skills. It's the boring basics.
And the YouTube videos.
That's the seasoning. Or maybe the dessert. It's the 10%. Use it for idea generation. Maybe you hear about a new sector, say biotech in 2026. Don't go buy the specific stock they recommend. Use it as a prompt to go do your own research on that sector.
So treat them as a kind of news aggregator, not an advisor.
Precisely. And verify their credentials. Are they a CFA, a CFP, or are they just a guy with a nice ring light and a very loud voice?
I do like the analogy from the research of financial diabetes.
It fits so well. If you consume nothing but hype videos, you feel full. You feel like you're doing something. I watched 3 hours of finance videos today. But you haven't actually built any wealth. You've just spiked your dopamine. You are financially obese, but nutritionally starved.
That hits home. It's the illusion of productivity.
Real wealth building is often very, very boring. It's clicking a button once a month to buy an index fund and then going about your life. That makes for terrible content, but it makes for great results.
So to wrap this all up for our listeners who are right now probably staring at a thumbnail of a guy looking terrified with a fire emoji behind him, what's the final takeaway?
The takeaway is this. You are the mark. The entire ecosystem is designed to monetize your attention and your insecurity. So be an active consumer, take the vocabulary, and leave the urgency behind.
And if the video makes you feel anxious, just turn it off.
Immediately. Real advice brings clarity, not panic.
I want to end on one thought that really stuck with me from the research. It's what they call the 19.99 logic.
The ultimate litmus test.
If you found a map to buried treasure, would you stand on a street corner selling photocopies of that map for $20?
You absolutely would not. You'd go get a shovel and dig up the treasure. If an influencer truly had a secret system that generated guaranteed massive returns, they would not be begging for likes. They wouldn't be selling a course. They would be on a yacht somewhere, quietly compounding their billions.
The very fact that they are selling the shovel
proves there's no gold in that mine.
Mic drop. Thank you, everyone, for joining us on this deep dive. Clear out your subscriptions, check your sources, and we'll see you next time.
Stay skeptical out there.